in the midst of all the negative news that is flooding on the media, in the midst of recession, in the midst of retrenchments, what is the overview of Singapore property market? Then I will be sharing with you 5 investment insights about Bukit Timah, all right, that will possibly help you to make informed decisions. And of course, as I have said, all my presentations are talking about forecasts and projections. And real estate is never a saving plan. Real estate investments is an investment plan. So as all investment carry risk, there's a possibility that you can make good investment returns from real estate. There's also a possibility that you make losses in real estate investments. Of course, if you put your money in the saving plans, in the banks, then there is no risk, but there is also no returns. All right, so let me begin by sharing with you the overview of Singapore property market. All right, all of us are very familiar with the PPI charts. Now, if you have attended my previous few Ultimate Consumer Seminar organized by ERA, all right, the first few slides that shows the overview of Singapore property market is, all right, almost similar. So please bear with me if you are a repeat attendee. But for those of you who are just here today, all right, I will run through quickly what is the overview of Singapore property market. So over the last 40 years, okay, Singapore have gone through many economic challenges, and in fact, most of the economic challenges is external forces. All right, things that comes to us because of the cycle that is experienced in the global economic scene. All right, all the way back in the 80s, there is the world economic crash. In the 90s, there is Asia financial crisis, and early 2000s, there is SARS.com bust, global financial crisis, and most recently, back in 2013, all right, because of the huge liquidity that is in the market, all right, brought about by the quantitative easings, the market is flush with liquidity. So the governments of the world has been introducing cooling measures since, and in Singapore it's since 2013 all the way to 2018. All right, many rounds of stringent cooling measures was introduced, and we call that suppressed, all right, challenges that is affecting on real estate demands and also prices. Okay, having said that, we have gone through so many rounds of challenges and negative news. Of course, the market reacted to it, right? The market have experienced its downturn, and as I've said, real estate investment is never about a saving plan, because there's a chance that the property that you purchase can plummet in its asset value by as much as 44.9% if you have bought something in the second quarter 1996 and sold it in fourth quarter 1998. You have lost a huge amount of almost half of your asset value. So it is not a joke. You shall not treat property investment like a saving plan, because it's never about liquidity. You can't sell it, all right, at the worst possible time just to take your cash, all right? But in saving plans, you can always withdraw your money 100%. Okay, so what about when the market recover? All right, I want to show you this is that when the market recover, the market runs faster and longer than the challenging time. So for that reasons, over the last 40 years, Singapore have experienced a uptrend, because the percentage gain is much more than the percentage loss. So if the gain is more, which means your upside gain is more, your downside risk is less, then it makes sense to invest in real estate, because it's in an uptrend from point A to point B. So this is how I analyze the market. Singapore property market trend, uptrend. From point A to point B, you will experience the ups and downs of the market. But even though you experience the ups and downs of the market, it is more interesting to make 3 times your investments that you have put into real estate than putting into a saving plan. Okay, say for example, in January 2000, which is 20 years ago, you have invested in real estates. All right, back then, the median per square foot price of a private property is about $500 to $600 PSF. And right now, the median average per square foot price of the non-landed residential properties, it's at about $1,005 to $1,006. So conservatively, we can say that the property price have increased by 3 times over the last 20 years. Now, if you have put your money in the fixed deposit, earning you 1%, or let me be more generous, earning you 2%. 2% per year for the next 20 years is how many percent? For 10 years, is 20%. For 20 years, if you take it simple, returns is like 40%. So if you take returns of 40% versus a return of 300%, so it's a no-brainer. So real estate is a very good investment vehicle. But there's always the headwind and the backwind. All right, the headwinds are the resistance. That is the things that slow down the property price growth. But of course, the tailwind are the support. All right, in the property trend, the resistance comes from the most recent cooling measure. All right, comes from things like recession, unemployment, and slow income growth, or even slow economic growth. Okay, then the support are stimulus, such as the government stimulus, all right, the low interest rate environment, and also about the liquidity in the market. So especially true during this period of time when interest rate is so low, all right, it only support the property market positively because there is positive cash flow as average rental yield have outstripped the mortgage rates. Now, as you know, in Singapore itself, the island-wide yield versus mortgage rate spread, all right, currently is like increasing. Why is it increasing? It's because the average island-wide yield is at about 3% as indicated by this green line. And the mortgage rate right now is SIBOR plus 0.8. Well, we are talking about something like what, 1.1, 1.3. So that's the kind of interest rate that the banks offer the investor. All right. So it depends on which bank they take from. But interest rate right now is so much below the average island-wide yield. So the difference is the spread that is putting money into your pocket. So there's always this interest that is, when interest rate drop, the demand will come in, all right, to invest into real estate. And because of that, because of this strong demand, it provides a lot of support for property prices. All right. The other support that is provided by property prices is very evidenced by the number of new home sales. Now, if we make reference from the past historical numbers, that when the numbers of new launches units sold is rising, property price rise. All right. So you see the red bar here, that is the new launch units sold. If it goes up, property price go up. All right. If it comes down, property price come down. If it goes up, property price go up. If it comes down, property price come down. If it goes up, property price go up. So it's like proportional to the price index with the rising new launches units sold. So what is the current market situation? So the current market situation, we are in a very low interest rate environment, and the demand is driven, all right, to overcome this low interest rate environment to get more positive returns on your money. And it's very strong, this new homes demand that is shown after the circuit breaker, right? So during the reopening, the new home demand suddenly climbed and it's very strong, all right? As strong as since April all the way till now is like 3.5 times. And for resale condo, it also has been very strong. Since May, when it's recovered till now, it's 5.7 times. All right, this number has just been recorded today because URA just released its numbers. So in August 2020 versus May 2022 is 5.7 times. Can you imagine, right? We have this Diamonds Achiever Award by ERA teammates. All right, so in the month of July, we experienced 75 Diamonds Achiever. Well, guess what? In the month of August, the numbers have shot to 82. So it's like growing achievers, real estate agents in ERA, real estate elites in ERA is doing very well because the market is doing very well. So as a real estate practitioner and specialist, I can tell you that the market itself is very much supported by strong local demand. All right, and residential price index naturally will resume its uptrend. All right, even though it's growing at a slower rate because of the resistance that is created by the market, which is headwinds. But the market, the resistance do not crash the property market, but in fact has resisted to grow at a faster pace. That's why it's grown only 0.3% in Q2. So very soon we will see the Q3 numbers, and I believe the numbers will be even, the uptrend will continue to resume at possibly even a higher percentage rate. Okay, so now let's come back to VERDALE. So after sharing with you the property overview of the market, I am positive that the real estate market is strong. Now, if you give me a time frame of 2 to 3 years, I can tell you in the next 2 to 3 years, new launch units are depleting. And there will come a point during these 2 or 3 years that developer will start buying land and government will start to be more aggressive to launch land sales. Otherwise, the developers will pick up resale unit that is old and en bloc sales will come back again. So in the next 2 to 3 years, we are going to see more of such things that will come our way. And coupled with the new policies because of the COVID-19 restriction, construction costs will be in the uprise. So in the next 2 to 3 years, be mindful that the future launches of the new projects will be possibly hitting another higher per square foot. All right, and at the same time, because the developer is also required to pay the 5% non-releasable ABST, right? That will also increase the potential of future real estate prices. So let me begin by sharing with you the 5 insights. Okay, number 1, right pricing. In all real estate investments, we have to realize profit only if we are entering at the right price. Okay, so it's more about the entry price that will determine your exit profit. So if you enter at the wrong pricing, then you possibly need to wait longer to exit at a profit. Okay, so real estate investments have to be mindful that it's a big ticket item. So you cannot make a lot of such mistakes, right? You can possibly, one mistake can possibly wipe you out, all right? So you have to be very careful about the pricing. So today we're talking about a deal that is in RCR and in District 21. All right, Singapore has a URA department, all right, Urban Redevelopment Authorities. Its job is to make sure that all the redevelopment of the whole countries is in place and all the master plans is in place, and it categorizes all the locations in Singapore into regions and districts. All right, so the RCR, known as rest of the central region, consists of all the areas that is sitting within the central region. So it's part of central region. All right, so RCR is like central region, but it's like the rest of the central region. Whereas the orange color is the central region. So anything that is outside that orange color in this rest of the core central region is like gray color. All right. To give you a better perspective of which district lies in CCR, RCR, and OCR, okay, in terms of the RCR, we have a portion of 21, District 21, and a portion of District 20, and a portion of District 14, and a portion of District 15. So in this case, the deal lies in that portion of District 21. Okay, next is RCR has the highest capital gain in the last 7 years. Now, why do I choose the last 7 years to show you is because the most stringent cooling measure was introduced back in 2013 and 2018. So if you have gone through 2013 and 2018, all right, it's best to show you prices from 2013 till now, coupled with a COVID crisis. All right, as you can see, this is the average price, PSF price, all right, of CCR, RCR, and OCR consisting of all the non-landed residential property, which is new and resale homes. So these are the prices right now. So RSER, okay, in August is averaging about 1729. So it is up 27.18% above 1,360, registered in August 2013. So over the last 7 years, it has gone up by 27%. Okay, then we move on to District 21. So after knowing that District 21 also formed part of RCR, District 21 performance is where we outperform the overall RCR in condo capital gain in the last 7 years or so. So RCR capital gain is like 12%, but District 21 is 29.47%. So RCR is quite a strong growth region, and at the same time, the District 21 is also a very strong region among the RCR districts. Okay, now it's also pertinent for you to know that the upcoming projects that is located in Singapore are in these various districts. So the projects that is upcoming, including VERDALE in District 21, are in District 9, District 10, 13, 14, 21. And all these districts have registered positive capital gain for the last 7 years. But the additional bonus is District 21 have experienced the highest rates of price appreciation. So there must be something about District 21s that have caused this phenomenon. All right, let's study further. So next thing is that in District 21 itself, there are renters, all right? There are many renters transactions. And in fact, we just drew this number and we discovered that the top rental yield in District 21 comes from the leasehold condominiums, all right? Hillford, which is a 60-year leasehold property that's launched, that is from 2013, all right? Back then when it's launched, okay, 60-year-old property, and the rental yield is the highest now, is 4.9% because the purchase price or entry level price is low. Okay, next is 2021 overall condo price growth. All right, the overall condo. So the whole of District 1 overall condo price growth, all right, 99-year leasehold outperformed freehold for the last 20 years. Because in District 21, there's also a lot of freehold properties, but it does not mean that all District 21 freehold property, you know, is experience lower growth than 99 years. It's not true, all right? Neither is it true that all 99 years leasehold condo outperform freehold condo. No, no. What I meant is the overall condo price. So if I take the overall condo price, all right, on average basis, the leasehold actually outperform freehold over the last 20 years. All right, so what are the current new launch in RCR and selling prices? So it's important because we want to find out what is right pricing, right? So you must do a competitive market analysis, all right, to find out what is the other developer launches are. Okay, so these are the other RCR new homes. All right, there is Riviera, that is in District 3. The average launch price is 2,833 per square foot, hitting 3,346 PSF. Okay, then there's Stirling Residences, 99-year leasehold at District 3 also, averaging 1,927, all right, high of 2002. Avenue South Residence, 99-year leasehold in District 3, average 1,975, high of 2,603. Henrich Hill Residences, 99 leasehold, averaging 1,007, high of 1,009. One per bed averaging 2,004, high of 2,007. So in RCR District 3, the average price is 2,193. All right, all get it? So among all the leasehold property in District 3 is about 2,001 plus. So it exceeded 2,001. So it's coming to 2002. So next is for District 8 and District 13. So District 8 is like Uptown at Farrer, averaging price 1,897. Woodley Residences, averaging price 1,870, and Park Colony is 1,870. So on average for District 8 and 13 is 1,882. All right, 1,882. Next is we talk about District 14. So there is the Antares, which is the 99 years leasehold launch in District 14, averaging about 1,753. And Park Esta is averaging 1,696. So on average is 1,725 in District 14. Okay, and next for District 21. All right, so in this district, District 21, where VERDALE is situated, there is the Bukit Timah portion, and there's the upper Bukit Timah portion that is separated by the PIE. All right, so we have the Mayfair Gardens, all right, the average of 1957, Daintree average of 1678, View at Kismis 1698, Mayfair Moderns 1977, and Forex at Bukit Timah Freehold Properties at 1931 PSF. So these are the prices that is spread from August 2019 to August 2020, meaning in the past 1 year. Okay, so the average of District 21 is 1848 right now. All right, so much about all the average prices in the different district in RCR. Let me give you the average of RCR properties. All the district combined together is about 2001, 2101. Whereas in District 21 is 1848. So it is slightly lower. It is lower than the average price of the RCR. So is there potential upside for the deal in District 21 and RCR? So, well, let's take a look at the prices that is indicative, all right, launch price guide for us. Okay, so we have the 1 bedrooms that is going from 791,000, and 1 bedroom study to be advised, and 2 bedroom is 998K. So how do these relative to the current launch in the market? So our team and our projects staff and leaders have actually came out with these slides, all right? And I borrowed these slides to show you. And VERDALE is one of the lowest entry quantum, all right, which means the entry price, all right, among all new launches in RCR, and is in the Prestige District 21. Okay, so we are in the Bukit Timah planning area, which is VERDALE. So a 1 bedroom here costs 791K. So if we make comparison with other 1 bedroom that is in this vicinity, you can see that they are all 900 plus K. Okay, so VERDALE has the lowest price starting from 791K. Okay, moving further to the south, we can see Stirling is like 900 over K, and Avenue South is hitting $1 million. And one per bank is hitting 1.3 million. So to the south is the entry level is on the higher side. Okay, then on the central, like Jadescape is 900 plus, okay, followed by Park Colonia. On the northeast side is also 900 plus. So Park Esther is 800 plus, Penrose is 788, all right, slightly lower than VERDALE, and Verticus is 904K. So what I'm trying to tell you is the entry level price is low for VERDALE. I smell some opportunity here because the entry level price for 1 bedroom, the same kind of product, is low. All right, and it's very easy for owning a unit. Okay, so next is the 2 bedroom. The 2 bedroom has similar characteristics also. It has one of the lowest entry quantum among all the new launch, all right, that is in RCR and in the Prestige District 21. So if you take a look at the rest of the Bukit Timah properties that is launching at about, of course, there's 1.1, 1.3, and 1.4 for 2 bedroom units. All right, towards the south is 1.2 to 1.6, almost 1.7. All right, so towards the eastern side is like 1.2. All right, otherwise it's like 943 for Penrose, and for JSK it's 1.2. So this is the entry price. Okay, then we move on to a summary here to show you that VERDALE indicative average launch price is estimated at 1,007. So I just heard it from my project staff, all right, who works very closely with the developer, that the guesstimate is 1,007 PSF. So do not quote me if it's slightly more or slightly less than this. Slightly less is good for you. Slightly more, you still have a buffer here because it is priced at 8% below District 21 and 19% below RCR new launches. All right, do you see that price disparity, or do you see that gap? That is where savvy investors always look for. They look for price disparity in the same district and same locality. So upcoming new launch at RCR, as you can see, these are all the upcoming new launch. There must be a reason for that launch price that is at a lower price or lower PSF is possibly because the land cost of all the upcoming RSCR launches will be priced higher. All right, so there are opportunity here because whatever that is priced now, okay, in the future you may not be able to get it for other projects. And similarly for the existing surrounding new launch, all right, VERDALE land cost is like as high as, I mean, as comparative like this. It means there are projects that is like 96% higher in terms of its land cost. But of course, there's always the argument that this is freehold, that one is leasehold. Yes, even if you put in that disparity in prices, okay, there is also other factor that affect on the purchase price and the land cost. And obviously, the very respectable developer has reason of buying that location. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is that pricing is psychological. So when there is a price psychological, all right, it is always good that as investor you actually anchor yourself in a price that is very competitive and a lot of margin for upside, okay, rather than going for something that has smaller margin. Okay, so VERDALE development info I would like to share with you that any kind of, I mean, all developers are business owner, right? Their revenues come from project sales. Obviously, how to price a project depends on the cost of that land and also the construction cost, all right, that is presented for that gross floor area allowed for that piece of land, and also all the general admin fees, all the authority fees, okay, all the interest costs that the developer has borrowed, all right, to finance the purchase and also the construction of that development. So this will become that break-even price. Okay, so how developers do their sum is they first must know what is their break-even price. Then if they want to make some profit from a development, they have to make some percentage margin. That means profit margin. So that's give them the first support pricing. So the first launch price is very important. So if the developer has priced it too high, it means with the hope to earn a big margin, if it don't sell, then this support level will break. So as all investment, as in all investors know, if the support level is break, then the chances is you have to go lower. The psychological effect will be disturbed. So developer has to be very careful when they are pricing a new launch. And this is where the opportunity is. Okay, let me explain further. The site for VERDALE was awarded in September 2018. Can you remember what happened in 2018? There's that cooling measure. That cooling measure was announced, all right, back then, that is before September 2018. So if we were to refer to a public site called the square foot, right? Square foot is a public site. So if you're a consumer, you can always go to square foot, all right, which is part of Prop H. Okay, they have all this information available, which is to let you know the land attributes, okay, what is the gross floor area, what is the highest bid, the number of bid, all right, that will possibly give you some indication of the interest of that plot of land, and also what is the estimated break-even prices. Okay, bear in mind it's estimated. It can be higher, it can be lower, but based on their professional calculation here, it shows that the estimated break-even per square foot per plot ratio by the developer by constructing this VERDALE is 1602. As I said, it can be higher or lower, but it gives you a benchmark to understand whether the developer is earning a lot of money or not. If they are launching at 1,007, the estimated margin is only 6%, because 1,006 and 1,007 is 6%. So can you imagine you are putting in hundreds and hundreds of $1 million into this land and this development, your margin is 6%. It's not very high, you know. Okay, next point is this. This plot of land was awarded after the ABSD introduction in 6 July 2018. So why am I sharing with you this? Is that there is a 5% non-remissible ABSD that the developer have already paid. So this one is cannot claim back. Non-remissible means cannot get reimbursement back. So 5% already out. Okay, so 5% of how much money? Okay, you can see that it is 215 million. So 215 million being the highest bid. Go and calculate what is 5%. Okay, so that more than $10 million, all right, has been coming out from the developer to buy this piece of land. And next, most recently, because of that COVID-19 crisis, all right, what happens to the construction site? There has to be steps and precaution that is needed to prevent the foreign worker from spreading the disease. So construction costs are rising due to COVID-19 measure. And according to M&D Minister back then, Mr. Lawrence Wong, right, on the cost of new measures such as regulating, testing construction workers for COVID-19, he has no doubt that it means construction costs in Singapore will be higher because of these regulatory requirements, and all of us have to be prepared to pay for these higher costs. Actually, who is all of us that will have to pay for these higher costs? The developer. The first charge will give to the developer, so the developer have to pay higher costs. Then next, who will be paying the developer back the higher costs? It's you. It's the buyer. It's the investor. So do developer have to set higher price? So I've just said the indicative launch price is 1,007. The break even is 1,006. So there is a 6% margin. But you give that 5% to ABSD, and you got to give possibly another 5% to construction cost increase due to COVID-19. Actually, developer is like, hey, how come if they launch at 1,007, actually they are selling you at cost, or possibly below cost? That means you are a smart investor buying at wholesale. If you are picking up at 1,007 or even lower than 1,007. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have just explained to you the importance of right pricing. So you got to understand that this pricing that is set has a reason that is priced at this mark. And over here is from this analysis, actually developer is not making a very healthy margin at the launch about 1,007. Okay, and if you are able to buy at launch even with special discount price, then you truly enjoy that first mover advantage. Because in a development that is 200-300 units that is launching, you know what is dollar cost averaging? That means some unit will be priced higher, some units have to be priced lower. So eventually the developer, when they do their sums, there's an average pricing, right? So certain unit that needs to move that development will have to price at a lower price. So if you are someone that is smart, you will go in during new launch to buy that special discount price new launch to get that first mover advantage. And it's always happened in new launches. Okay, say for example, not long ago, there is a project that is called Highline Residences that is in Indian Road. All right, back then in District 3, this property was TOP in 2018. So purchaser during the new launch in 2014 all the way to 2016. This unit at 1710 Block 7, all right, was purchased at 1915 per square foot, all right, at 1.2 million. Then at the TOP, that is 2018, 1 year after the TOP is 5th July 2019, this unit was transacted in 2094, which is 1.33 million. So there was a tangible profit of 113K, not really a lot, but there is profit. Then next, there's another unit that's in 0923, all right, the area is 1087, bigger unit, that's priced at 1.7 million. That PSF is 1,006 during the time, okay, because bigger unit possibly is lesser PSF, or possibly the facing itself. Then it was sold at 2.1 million, okay, after the same duration, about 4 to 5 years. Okay, in 2020, the transaction price was 2.1 million. So the owner that buy during the new launch make a profit of 300,000. So you probably say that it is District 3. What about District 21? Okay, District 21, the most recent case study that I can show you is the site that is next to VERDALE. So the site next to VERDALE is the Hillford. So as you know, Hillford has was TOP in 2016. It was launched in 2013, 2014, that period of time. So these units that is on the ground floor, 0132 and 0133, I conveniently take this transaction here. All right, it shows that there is a transaction over the past 5 years, Okay, the profit is 36,000 and 57,000. But bear in mind, the average price of the development here is only about 600 over K. All right, so quite a interesting profit also. So there is also other example that I want to show you, but let me just show you one more example, which is like the Stirling Residences. All right, ever since its launch, all right, back in July 2018, right now, the price have actually grown 14.57%. And actually during then, I also spoken to the Ultimate Consumer Seminar by ERA, all right, at the show flat. And I had the chance to talk about the demand for properties that is close to HDB MOP flats. And that is the perfect first mover advantage exit strategy. Really perfect, because that will cause demands to go up in that locality and at the same time benefit the first mover buyer. Okay, so new launch buyer, if you are here because you want to benefit from this new launch, okay, let me share with you something about Stirling Residences first. Stirling Residences have experienced that, surge in its price, primarily due to the influx of millionaire HDB MOV flats that is near the project. So Dawson Estates have approximately 1,007 potential buyers for the new launch like this. And then these 1,007 are all potential millionaire. So will there be a strong demand from potential millionaire HDB MOP flats owner from the West? Okay, so in ERA, we have a system to track this. We have an iERA apps that is made available to all our agents. All right, we are able to analytics of MOP BTO flats. So like this year itself, there is potential 4,000 MOP BTO flats upgraded. All right, that means their flats have just reached 5 years. Bukit Panjang 800, Clementi 900, Jurong East 500, of course, Dawson 1,007. So these are the potential 4,000, and I believe many of them are potential millionaire. All right, the headlines, the media also talk about this. All right, that units in central location, all right, in the HDB 5-year-old flats are selling across $1 million. And next year, 2021, 3,000 more potential millionaire HDB MOP flat upgrader, right, coming from Clementi, Choa Chu Kang, Bukit Merah, and Bukit Batok. So you can make some guess. Possibly the one in Bukit Merah and the one in Clementi hits $1 million. All right, the rest may not be, possibly in the region of 800K or 900K. Okay, what this means is there will be demand that will support the new launches that is currently selling. And this strong support comes from the strong demand of potential millionaire HDB MOP flats upgraders. And through our experience, most of the MOP flats upgraders, they are actually very young. They are the millennials. They are in their early 30s. And they are more willing to take risks to enter into the private market. And they are very well informed that, you know, private prices have recovered, all right, way ahead of HDB prices, which is still stagnant, all right? So it means that the younger generation MOP HDB flats upgrader is coming into the private market to reach the advantage of the private market. So this will give a lot of support, price support and upsides for VERDALE. Okay, so VERDALE is also sitting in the locations that is in Bukit Timah, Upper Bukit Timah, which is near elite school. So the elite schools that is near Bukit Timah is like all this, all right? So we have so many schools here, but closer to VERDALE, these are the schools, all right? All my ERA salesperson is able to explain to you. Okay, suppose if you have the plan to put your kids, all right, in one of these primary schools, so it's important to stay near to that good school. Okay, so what has this to do with property investment? So buying a property with investment, it will be a bonus if you are staying near a elite school. And Bukit Timah outperform Islandwide home. All right, in this case, 3.1 times. Compared to Islandwide homes increment over the last 20 years, it's 2.8 times. But what this means is VERDALE possibly has a higher growth potential because it's near to, it's in the zone of Bukit Timah planning area, which is near to the elite school. Okay, the third points that I want to share with you, beside right pricing and homes near elite school, is also about home in low population density areas. Okay, what is this? Low population density area. Okay, let me explain. Singapore population density over the years has been increasing. Okay, what is population density is defined as people per square kilometer. So you take 1 square and measure 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. How many people is inside this square kilometer? So over the years, it have increased from 2009 is 7025 people, all the way to 7,866 in the year 2019. It's the latest statistics from Department of Statistics. So this, this is important because it only shows that in our country very crowded. Actually, we are like one of the most population density, right, in the world. But if we put them into different location, not the whole Singapore is so crowded, you know. So the average is 7,000, 7,008. All right, so that's the average. But if we look at the different location, different planning area, so URA also have another classification called planning area. Besides region and district, there's also planning area. So in planning area, the lowest population density is in downtown core. So if you go to downtown core right now, possibly the population density even lower, okay, especially in the workplace, because half of the workforce work from home. So CBD area is that downtown core, okay, has the lowest population, one of the lowest population density. So of course there's Orchard, which is the prime shopping belt, is even lower. All right, Tanglin, Singapore River, and so on. The density is here. All right, the population is here. The land area is here. Okay, so the density in ascending order is here. So Bukit Timah falls at one of the low population density of 4,004 as compared to 7,008. All right, one of the lowest population density in Singapore. So let's move on to areas with high population density. So where are the areas? Like Payo, Bukit Panjang, Hougang, Jurong West, Punggol, Woodlands, Sengkang, Choa Chu Kang. So you see that the density is even more than 7,008, right? Many times more than 7,008. Okay, so I move on to that. What has to do with the differences here is this. Most densely populated planning area, more than 14,000. So I've separate them too. Okay, and now it's least densely populated planning area. Less than 5,000 people per square kilometer. And this is what I get. All right, for low density area versus high density area. All right, it only shows that those properties that are sitting on low population density area has a higher growth potential. All right, this is over the last 20 years. So what's next in the next 20 years? My guess will be the same. All right, which means if you are sitting in the lower density population area, then there's a chance that, well, your property growth rate is faster than the one that is densely populated. Believe it? Okay, so that's my point. Private home price growth are better in planning areas with low population density. Okay, so I finished 3 insights for you. Number 1, right pricing. Number 2, home near elite school. And number 3, home near low population density area. All right, the 4th and the 5th insights that I want to share with you. Number 4 is growth catalyst. Now, as all real estate investor knows, if you are buying a property that is in a growth area, you will enjoy the happenings or that transformation or that change that will bring about people, that will bring about this vibrancy in that location. So I call that as a catalyst. Just like in any kind of chemical reaction, there must be a catalyst. So this growth catalyst actually spark the whole growth in that location. So so lend me your ears. I'm going to share with you what's going on in this location. Okay. This is the one that I want to explain to you first before I tell you that there is an integrated transport hub that is coming in the way of beauty work. Okay, growth catalyst can be because of this. It's the integrated transport hub. It also can be due to integrated development. So I specially do this to show you, to differentiate what is the difference between integrated transport hub and integrated development. Actually, a lot of specialists or even real estate investors also don't know what is transport hub and what is integrated development. So both look like the same. Okay, so this is what our research presents to you. The integrated transport hub is actually commercial with or without residential. So it can be without residential, plus an aircon bus interchange, must be aircon, plus an MRT station. So this forms the integrated transport hub. Next, what is the integrated development? So integrated development is mixed-use development. So it is residential plus commercial. All right, it's not don't have residential. There is residential plus no need to be aircon as long as it's a bus interchange or an MRT. So it can be without bus interchange, it can be with MRT. So that's called integrated development. So all clear. So with the integrated transport hub that is coming your way, all right, there will be commercial with or without residential development that will be integrated for both MRT and aircon bus interchange. So integrated transport in Singapore is like all these MRT stations with this development sitting on top, like North Park Residence. So where is this location? Which MRT station? All right, Yishun, right? So how about Batok Residences, as its name implies? Which MRT station? Okay, Batok. So Highline Residences, which MRT station? Okay, Bukit Panjang. So they all have one common, which is like aircon, right? There is commercial, there is residential, and it's also sitting on an aircon bus interchange plus MRT. Okay, so there's integrated development also like Southbridge Residences. Okay, there's commercial and residential, and also next to the MRT station, not necessarily a bus interchange. Okay, and Park Place Residences and Watertown. Okay, these are all integrated development. So, well, just to present to you, where are all the integrated transport hub in Singapore? So a detailed study shows that there is some that is incomplete, which means opportunity. So Beauty World is incomplete, Buangkok is incomplete, Pasir Ris incomplete, Punggol North incomplete, Woodleigh incomplete. So pay attention to all these incomplete integrated transport hubs. So integrated transport hubs, more detailed studies, these are all the MRT stations, and integrated development, these are all MRT stations. So of course today I'm going to zoom in only on, okay, I'm going to talk about Beauty World. Okay, so this project is the deal, so I have to talk about Beauty World. So what's the allure of the integrated transport hub and integrated development? This is the one. It's about convenience. It's about comfort. So our URA and our government really spoil us. They make it so convenient for us, all right, and so comfortable for us that we possibly take for granted that, hey, this one is my entitlement. Actually, government has really do a lot of things to enhance our infrastructure. And in terms of the integrated transport hub, LTA has put in a lot of effort to ensure this convenience and comfort, okay, for all of us. And of course, I'm not going to overpraise them. I want to praise them is because it will increase demand and property price. Okay, this is more important for a property investor. So, I mean, as a property owner, it's also very important because that convenience and that comfort will bring about, all right, people. And it makes transport commuting more convenient and you will increase vibrancy and demand. So that means that there will be people that will be wanting to stay here and buy here and rent here. And this will improve the pricing here. So let me give you a case study. Most recently, there was an integrated development called Holland Village. Are you aware of that? Holland Village is an integrated development. You guys know about it, right? Okay. So what's going to happen there? Well, it's going to transform into the happening place, okay, in Holland Village. So the tender for these sites was awarded in 2018. Okay, and what happened then? Okay, then the properties that is surrounding near that, like Holland Village, okay, there's an integrated development that's coming up, announced by URA. So what happens to the nearby property? I'm not talking about the property sitting at the integrated development. I'm talking about nearby property that is resale, okay, like Leiden Residence and the Leiden. Okay, so in this case, during that 2013 cooling measure, okay, the Leiden actually from January 2013 to September 2018 has came down by about 8%. So cooling measure does have the effect to soften selling prices. Okay, but with that announcement and the integrated development of Holland Village, all right, it is quite apparent that the price have actually returned, all right, back to 2007 PSF. So that is an increase of 30%. Okay, so my belief is that integrated development have a part to do with this. Okay, it boosts the selling price of the Leiden. Then Leiden Residences has also been boosted, okay, by a selling price of another almost 25%, okay, after experiencing a drop of 15.2% over that cooling measure period from 2013 to 2018. So integrated development snapshot, this is known as the catalyst, all right, of capital gain. So what are the growth catalysts for VERDALE? Okay, I've just given you a big hint earlier on is the beauty world. So catalyst number one is beauty world transformation. Okay, this beautiful picture is the future of beauty world, drawn by artists in URA. So in the master plan itself, you Google, you will find all these things in URA website. Okay, you will also be able to see the map that is presented in the master plan 2019 rezoning. Okay, over here in 2014, the zone and the drawing, you can see there's a bit of different. The color is also different. So what does this imply? This implies there is change, there is transformation. That means things is coming this way. You know, I ever heard about that phrase called what's the next big thing? Right? I don't want to know about, I don't want to talk about things that I don't. I want you to talk about things that I already know, but tell me things that you don't know. So these are some of the things that you may not know. It's the next big thing that's coming your way in beauty world. So what's the next big thing here? If we zoom into that master plan, okay, that light blue color is the commercial and residential. So remember what I tell you, commercial residential is that integrated development or that integrated transport hub, right? So over here is stated as future integrated transport hub. Ping, ping. That is a catalyst, okay? Used to be that civil and community institution. So now convert to commercial and residential. And it's sitting next to the MRT, you know, okay? So there you are. The next slides actually show you Bukit Timah, all right, planning area, which is the future integrated transport hub. Got it? So this will be the change, a big change. All right, there will be future private development also. Okay, the Beauty World MRT, and over here there's also a future community building. Wow, so many things that is coming our way here. All right, so the future development at the Beauty World will add to more street level activities and inject vibrancy in that location. So the large landscaping and enhance the walking experience. Wow, so many good things that is coming. So the feel good effect is very good. So the new community club, which is currently the hawker center that is opposite this, you know, this future integrated transport site, okay, will be complete with a community club redeveloped market and hawker center at doorstep. You know, one of the things that I love to do every week is to climb the Bukit Timah hill early in the morning, like 6:30 a.m. when it's still dark. So after my walk, I will go for breakfast sometime at about 8 o'clock. And guess what? If I go to this Bukit Timah hawker center, I can never find car park, no. So I have to wait for that car park lot. So I am very familiar with that location. But I want to share with this is that in the future, wow, there will be possibly more car parks and more community club facility. So let's enjoy this facility in the time to come. But in the meantime, for those who love nature like myself, okay, I can possibly expect to have more greeneries and rail corridors that is coming our way, right, in that beauty world area. That will even add in more people that loves about nature and loves about sports, cycling, jogging, because this park connector, okay, connects all the park connector in Singapore. And this beauty world integrated transport park sets to catalyst area rejuvenization. And really, how big is this? This has a maximum gross floor area of, 96,000 plus. We are talking about square meter. So it's more than 1 million square feet. Okay, 1 million square feet. Okay, well, 1 million square feet is really, truly very big. So this location here will be the location of the Bukit Timah. Okay, so VERDALE is near to Beauty World Integrated Transport Hub. It's like a distance of 1 kilometer. Yes, 1 kilometer. Hey, because that is 1 kilometer. It's like so far away from Bukit Timah Integrated Transport Hub. So, okay. So let me show you what happened to other integrated transport hub also. Okay, for example, a case study that I especially done for you is the Bukit Panjang Integrated Transport Hub that was opened on the 4th September 2017. So some of you stay in Bukit Panjang. So you probably know that there is this integrated transport hub that you have gone through that experience, and it's open then. Okay, so there is of course new development that is sitting on top of Bukit Panjang, but there is also resale development, okay, that is next to that transport hub. So there is a MaySprings condominium, okay, just next to that transport hub. So over the years, all right, 2013 when cooling measure came, price softened, all right, by 21%. But from 2017, okay, after just slightly before the Bukit Panjang Integrated Transport Hub or completion, the price starts to rise. And I believe one of the main reasons for that price rise in that location is because of this integrated transport hub. So you have moved up by a sterling 32.57%. But you ask me again, hey, that one is next to that integrated transport hub? No. So do you have a property to show me that example that is like 1 kilometer away? Okay, I have this for you. It's called Chestervale. The effect of Bukit Panjang Integrated Transport Hub is also displayed in another resale property that is like 1 kilometer away. All right, there's also about 200 over units in this development. It's called Chestervale. So Chestervale experienced a 17.6% increase. Okay, you don't get a sterling 30 or 35%, but you get a growth of 17.6%. But don't forget your entry level price is lower. All right, as compared to those next to that MRT or next to the integrated transport hub, which is also possibly more vibrancy means more noise, means noisier. Okay, so in this case, the entry level price is lower, but the growth rates, all right, it's also significant because of the introductions of Bukit Panjang Integrated Transport Hub. So I'll just share with you point number 4, which is home near growth catalyst. The first one is the integrated transport hub. Okay, the second one is future land puzzle, which is also a growth catalyst. So this is my last point this evening, is the growth catalyst number 2, which is the future land puzzle. So you are still there? Okay, let me explain. Which one is the future land puzzle? This is already announced. All right, the land puzzle that is next to the integrated transport is the Jalan Anak Bukit site. This site has 865 residential units, and that land price could be 1,250 per square foot per plot ratio. So you know VERDALE was bought at almost $1,000 per square foot per plot ratio, right? So over here is guesstimate about 1,250 by this analyst in the newspaper there. Okay, in this report. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that, let's say conservatively, we work on this land price of 1,250 per square foot per plot ratio. Right, this tender will close in March 2021. So right now it's still on. The sales is still on for this site. So all eyes is on this site by all the interested developer. So eventually there will be one winner. There will be one developer that will buy this site and develop this site. So I want to know what is going to happen here. All right, because this is catalyst, because this is growth catalyst. This will bring up the vibrancy of the whole place and the surrounding property that's even 1 kilometer away, which is VERDALE. Okay, so there you are. This is the land puzzle. So what could be the potential launch price in this area? So I just show you the news report is land cost is 1250, right? So what is the future launch price? Anyone? Any guess here? Let me take a look at your chat. Any guess? What is the future launch price in this location? Any guess? What's the future launch price in this location? Any guess? Thank you, Infant. You said 2003. Anonymous attendee, thank you. You said $2,000 per square foot. All right. How about the rest of you? Okay. Yes, Chiseng. You know, Chiseng, our giver, our trainer, and our team leader says 2,200 per square foot per plot ratio. Vincent Chong, 2002. Vincent Chong is 2001. Mary Lim, thank you. 2004, steady. All right, any other guess? Okay, this is only for the fun of looking into the future through our crystal ball webinar this evening. Okay, any more guess? Before I review my guess, okay? Because your guess is as accurate as my guess. So nobody knows, but we all do a guesstimate here. What will be the future launch price? Okay, this is what I have prepared for you. All right, let's take a look at the current average resale condo price to set some benchmark here. So these are the properties that is like near to this future site. Okay, so that property prices is on the average 1404 PSF for resale older properties. All right, not new launch, older properties. So for the past 1 year, the average price of the resale condos here is 1,004. Okay, got it? So what does this have to, patient. I want to show you from here, okay, I know what is the resale price here. I will be able to derive what is the future new home price here, okay, by a method of comparison. Okay, let me go to the next slides. Currently, new homes command a 52% premium as compared to resale in District 21. So in the whole of District 21, using IERA, we are able to understand the new homes and resale price disparity. So it's actually 52%. So if the resale is 1,004 at this moment, so the future launch price at this moment should be 2,150. But the award of the projects can only be done in 2021, March. So it will take about possibly 1 year before the development starts to launch. And that is in 2022, March. Well, that is like how many years from now? 1 full year to possibly almost 2 years from now. Okay, 1.5 to 2 years from now. What will be the future launch price then? So if the surrounding resale property has been rising or is possibly more than 1,004, obviously go to 1,005, then I think the future launch price will be even more than 2,150, maybe 2002 or even 2003. So there is a lot of potential, all right, in this location. So the surrounding VERDALE's location is also another catalyst. So the growth catalyst, the future land parcel, the Jalan Bukit Anak is one. The other land parcel that is next to VERDALE. Okay, VERDALE is located at Jalan Jurong Kecil, the Souza Avenue. So this is a plot. So next to this plot is the Hillford, which is that 60-year leasehold residential. Okay. And these are all the other resale development and the landed enclave. And then next, there is future development sites. If you go to the master plan, you'll be able to see what is drawn there. Okay. So understand that there is a few plot of land here. This is VERDALE. So VERDALE is at this, this location pointer here. So Hillford is here. So this 1.4 means the plot ratio. So the orange color means 1 plot, 2 plot, 3 plot, 4 plot. So this 4 plot of land is not for sales yet, but in the future it will be. The orange color represents residential use. All right, so what about that yellow color? Wow, this is a big plot, yellow color. There's also yellow color here. So these are all for future development use, and it's a reserve site. So nobody's know what is going on here unless you got a top secret from URA. Otherwise, we all don't know. So URA master plan gives us a very clear indication that there is land parcel next to the deal. As all of us know, whenever there's a land parcel that's launched next to one development, all right, the next land cost most likely will be equal or higher than the current land cost. All right, seldom you see land cost that's lower in government land sales. So this will, all right, push up that demand or the price in this location. So I guess that the future of VERDALE will be supported. All right, the future price of VERDALE will be supported by the surrounding land parcel of VERDALE. All right, so a closer look is this VERDALE. So there's 1 plot, 2 plot, 3 plot, 4 plot, and then this is for a reserve plot. Okay, and VERDALE currently is the common European school Singapore. So in the future, it will be developed into residential. And there's one big plot here. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I have just explained to you that there is a growth catalyst for all these future land parcels. All right, but the question is, what will be the future launch price? Because that future launch price will make VERDALE attractive now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for spending your 1 hour, 15 minutes with me. And I'm happy to share with you the insights that I have researched together with our research team in ERA, and to present to you and unlock the potential of Bukit Timah for you this evening. Before I end these sessions, I would like to conclude about this. The future launch price is important, but we are all making a guess. But the truth is, the best way to predict your future is to create it now. So what's the big deal if the price in the future launch in that VERDALE is higher in that location? It only matters if you have created your future right now. So, my friends, borrowing from Abraham Lincoln's quote, if you have not put your savings into good use, if you have not put your savings in property investments, maybe you should consider VERDALE, because this will predict your future. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all your attention.